Welcome everyone to the press conference of Järva Open 2023. This is the European Pro Tour's 7th and final main event for this year. And in front of the camera we have Henric Hagman. He is from Helsingborg, Sweden, rated 994 currently, and sponsored by Prodigy. Hi Henric.
Hey.
I was almost about to say welcome to Sweden, but I guess I shouldn't say that to you. How do you feel?
Feeling good. It's nice to be here. It's a great course. Always fun to be here at the Järva.
Yeah, you have played here before. Many times,
Many
I guess.
times, yeah.
You finished 13th at last year's Järva Open. Quite a good event.
Yeah.
What do you hope to accomplish this year?
Something similar. I mean, like top 15 would be good for me, I think. Yeah. So something like that.
Yeah. And your goals for not just this weekend, but also for the rest of the season and maybe coming years as well?
Yeah, it's a pretty tight schedule now because I'm here, then I'm going straight back home, and on Monday it's the week before Swedish Championships, and then it's a week off, and then it's European Championships. So it's a tight schedule now. So looking forward to some good competitions. And what about the future? Yeah. Hopefully I will raise my rating a bit, trying to do that at least.
Sounds good. You have been one of the top dogs in Swedish disc golf for many years.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing a lot of young, very talented players coming up right from behind.
Finally.
Yeah, you think so. But what will it take for you to stay up there and keep on fighting with those players?
Ooh, good question. I think just play my own game. I know what I can do. Try to be a bit more consistent than I've been this season. Because it's always like a couple of holes every round that screws up my round, I'd say. So trying to be a bit more consistent because, yeah, I know every shot and have all the skills, I'd say.
You're speaking of consistency. Is that one of the keys to succeed here at Järva?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and also stay in bounds on maybe like 13, 14, 15. Avoid the big numbers and try to score when you get an opportunity.
And overall, how do you feel that the course suits your play style? I guess many people know you as a big arm.
Yeah.
Yeah?
There are a few holes that you can score on if you're a further thrower. Suits my game pretty well, I think. Not that many forehands, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
This course, Järva, is of course very important for the disc golf scene in Sweden. What do you have to say about how important is this course for Swedish disc golf?
Very important, I'd say. Along with Ale and Skellefteå, those are the big three courses in Sweden, so yeah, it's very important, I'd say.
Okay, did you have something, René, that you want to ask?
Yes, hello Henrik.
Hey.
So I have a question on behalf of Disc Golf Fanatic, a blogger from Estonia.
Yeah.
The Swedish Nationals are right after Järva Open, as you just mentioned earlier. Are there any predictions who will become the MPO and FPO champions in Sweden?
FPO, Hanna Jonsson, maybe, reigning champion. And for MPO, hopefully I will beat Hjalmar Fredriksson. So I'd say myself, but I'll not be surprised if Hjalmar will be the winner this year. He's a very solid and consistent guy. He got all the skills, only though he's 16 years old.
Yeah, he's quite impressive.
Very.
Thank you for that answer. I'm going to hand you back to Victor now. Thank you.
And before I give you the final question, there was one thing I almost forgot to ask. If not you, who do you think will be the first Swede to get an EPT title?
Ooh, it's a tough question. If not me, I'm not sure. There's not many guys out there that could do it.
Yeah, we have seen some close calls a few times. Hjalmar being one of them earlier this season in Copenhagen. So he's not here, unfortunately, but maybe you will be the one this this time then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. And before we finish this press conference with you, Henric Hagman, I give you the microphone to speak a little bit give some shout outs, maybe tell us about how we can support you.
Yeah, sure. Go to Disc Express, you see it here, and buy my signature discs. And also big thank you to Project Disc.
And a big thanks to you, Henric. Nice to have you here, and good luck tomorrow and the rest of the rounds this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back. Now in front of the camera we have Kevin Jones, Greenwood, Arkansas in the United States. He's currently rated 1029 and he's sponsored by Prodigy, the main sponsor for this event also. Welcome to Sweden, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Is it the first time you're here?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so it's also the first time here at this course, Järva.
Right.
How do you feel about this course?
Feels special. Personally, for me, there's a video from 2009. It's a Järva disc golf promo. And back then, it was like the clearest video that disc golf had ever seen. And it brings special memories to me. And I'm just like feeling those right here. So it's great.
It's great to hear. This is a magical place for, I think, all disc golfers. You have had time to play a few practice rounds?
Yeah, I sure have.
And how do you feel that the course looks like now? Does it meet your expectations?
I actually didn't have too many expectations. Like most of my knowledge of the course was from that single video, which only showcased one hole from the old. No, actually, it's here still, but we're playing a longer version of it. I was just super impressed by the middle to late part of the course, personally. Down when you're on that hill side and you're playing those par fours. Those are world-class holes, and I'm excited to play them.
Sounds good. And how do you feel that the course suits your play style?
It should suit me great. There's so many hazards that are going like 150 meters, so it's going to be perfect for me.
You are the third highest rated player in the field. Would you consider yourself one of the favorites to take down the win on Sunday?
I'm always considering myself a favorite to take it down.
That's great. And if not you, do you have any other players in mind that we should keep our eyes on?
Yeah, you definitely keep your eyes on the Robinson brothers. That's for sure.
We know what they can accomplish. Of course, Isaac being a major champion already this year. Yeah, and you were also part of an event earlier this week. I don't remember what it was called, but could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was just for the Paul Macbeth Foundation. I believe it was a fundraiser, and they had 4 of us. They had me, Alden, Isaac, and Ezra. We played doubles with a person. They would draw for our partners every hole, and we just played a few holes with them. We played like 5 or 6 holes, and it was a good time. Really fun.
Sounds like a fun event.
Yeah, it was like a skins match. I was talking smack to all of them, and they were giving it right back.
Awesome. And yeah, you have been here in Europe for a few weeks now. And you have played 2 events so far. You were at the PCS Open, you finished 51st, and then you played European Open last weekend, where you finished at 28th place. How do you feel about those results, and what do you need to do to finish even higher here at Järva?
I'm playing really good right now, and I am disappointed, obviously, especially with the Sula one, or the PCS tournament, I'm sorry. But as far as the European Open went, I'm pretty happy with how I played there. That course is extremely difficult, and you got to take what you're given. You got to roll with the punches. So I'm going to throw the disc really good this weekend, and I'm definitely going to putt it good. So I'll be up there somewhere.
Good recipe for success, I guess.
Definitely.
You have a few collab discs with Prodigy that we have seen a lot of. Many of the European players, we have seen great results from the Prodigy players here on the European Pro Tour. They have been throwing your discs a lot, especially the feedback and the distortion I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
How does it feel to you to see those discs being thrown by other players and know that you're amazing. A part of the success?
Yeah, it's the best feeling that I've had. The Prodigy has done so good for me, and this is something that's been in the works for a long time. And you're right, I am definitely seeing it, especially over here. We're seeing people throw reverbs, feedbacks, and distortions. I see it all the time, and it's like so fulfilling for me. So I'm very lucky. I don't want to take it for granted, and yeah, it means a lot.
Do I dare to ask which one of those 3 is your special one, your favorite one?
Well, my distortion is my most trustworthy disc. I actually hit an ace today with it on hole 23 of the course. But the reverb is something that I lean on constantly as well. It's my distance driver. I got flippy ones. I have overstable ones. It's a jack of all trades for me.
Many American players have been coming over to Europe this season, and the scene is growing a lot here, as you have seen also. What do you see has been the biggest difference to previous years you have been over here in Europe?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't have noticed a difference from previous years. It's definitely booming, and it's great to see, but I haven't noticed anything especially different from the past years, I would say.
Okay, then I guess we have to continue to grow and impress you even more.
Yeah.
René, do you have any questions for Kevin Jones here.
I do. Hello, Kevin.
Hi.
I'm asking questions on behalf of, actually on behalf of the commentary team, so myself, Andy, and Victor. Have you've had a great last round in the European Open? Like the last round was pretty great for you. Can you tell us a bit about that round and how is your game feeling?
Yeah, that was a round that I did better in because I made circle 2 putts in. I didn't make a single circle 2 putt in rounds 1, 2, or 3, and I made 4 in that round, and that would be the difference. So, yeah, 4 under to 8 under. And
would you consider touring Europe for longer stretches in the future, for example, like Paul Macbeth has done this year?
Yeah, I think I would absolutely I would consider doing that. I have considered doing that, and I want to do that in the future for sure.
Well, that's maybe a plan for next year.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm going to pass you back to Victor.
Yeah, and before we are finished here, I would like to give you the opportunity to make a few shout-outs, maybe to sponsors, or tell us how we can support you in the future.
I would love to shout out my sponsors, Prodigy Disc. They are doing the world for me, and they're the reason that I'm here right now, along with all these other Prodigy players from the States. It's expensive and hard for us to get over here, and they make it possible for us. If you want to support me, buying any of my collab discs with Prodigy is a great way to support me, as well as anything off of my website, kevinjonesdg.com.
Thank you so much for coming here, Kevin, and I hope to see you much more this weekend. I'm sure we will talk more. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, look forward to it.
That's it for Kevin Jones. Håkon Kveseth. I hope I'm pronouncing that good enough.
That's good, yeah.
You are from Birdie Town, Norway, at least according to your PDJ profile. You're rated at exactly at 1,000 at the moment, and you're sponsored by Prodigy, as we can see there on your shirt. Tell us about Birdie Town.
I'm from a city called Lillehammer, but in the PDJ you can kind of write what you want, so I put up Birdie Town and nobody corrected it, so it looks cool, but nothing more than that.
Do you think we will see a few birdies here in the Birdie Town of Stockholm this weekend?
Of course, I hope so. It's a course that is really attackable, but so probably gonna see a lot of birdies.
I can imagine. You did play really well here last year. You finished 5th.
Yeah.
And we were seeing a lot of Norwegians playing really well last year. You were actually 3 Norwegians in the top 5. Let's shout them out. Of course, Knut Valen Haaland took the win, and Øyvind Jarnes was also there in the mix in the 3rd place.
Yeah.
Do you think we might get to see anything similar to that this year?
Hopefully we'll do. Disc golf is growing in Norway, and we have a lot of more people coming up with a higher rating and playing better. So hopefully will be more players up there this year as well.
It seems like Norwegian disc golf is really on the rise. You had the TV coverage of the Norwegian Championships. How was that? Was it the first time you ever had that?
Yeah, there was actually first time. It was like live cover, so that worked out really good. Good commentary and a lot of viewers on the national NRK, so it was really fun. A lot of people watching, so I didn't play that good, but hopefully next year we're gonna have the same, so we're gonna be up there chasing them down.
Exciting to hear that. Yeah, you mentioned you have played a few practice rounds. You just came back from one. How does it feel overall, your game, and what kind of goals do you have for this weekend?
I will try to play a little bit more like last year. I played like first round 1 over par, and then I played 11 under par. So I will try maybe be around a little bit between there in every 3 rounds will be better.
Consistency is the key to success, yeah.
Yeah.
What does it mean for a player like you on your level to be able to have so many options to play professional disc golf in Europe?
It's amazing. I haven't been playing that much this year, but of course be able to play these bigger tournaments in Europe get me thinking that it's not so important for me to go to the States, because it's so many good players here in Europe and good tournaments, and it's really exciting to see how it grows, and the tournaments just getting better and better.
Do you have any plans to travel over to the States and play, or?
Not this year, but hopefully next year I will be playing a little bit more. But for now, I've been looking forward to this tournament, of course, and we have the European Championships coming up in Estonia in 3 weeks. Yeah,
that's right. You can follow it here on Disc Golf Stream as well. We talked about the Norwegian Championships. You are former Norwegian champion in disc golf, and you're also a Norwegian champion, 3-time champion in javelin throwing. How would you rank these titles against each other?
That's hard to rank. Of course, I started playing disc golf in 2014, and I won the Norwegian Championship just 2 years later. While I was kind of injured throwing the javelin, so that was kind of the thing that made me switch from javelin throwing to disc golf. But I don't like to compare them against each other. It's good to win both.
And not only javelin and disc golf, you're also a very good poker player, what I've heard at least. Do you feel that you can use any of these skills from javelin and from poker on the disc golf course?
Actually, yeah. Poker, it's really like you need to be patient and wait for your opportunity, and kind of choose which battles you want to go for, and kind of the same at the course. Just if you don't feeling it You don't need to push anything, just take your par and move on. And of course, might have a little poker face out there on the course, try to scare the opponents down, maybe.
Sounds like good scare tactics,
Yeah.
some intimidation. And yeah, we have seen a lot of success from prodigy players this year, especially on the European Pro Tour. We have Mauri Willman just crush everything. We have seen Teemu Talikainen take down a big win in Belgium, and Kaidi Alsalo, of course, there in Copenhagen took a big win. Do you think there might be a reason that we're seeing this amount of success from prodigy players this year?
Of course, all the equipments are really good, and all the new stuff coming out working really great, and you have a great team that supports in the back, and we have the opportunity to travel more and maybe use more of our focus on the disc golf. So we might see that kind of, you see it back on the course in the tournaments.
And so we have one final question here from the commentary team. Victor already asked you about the birdie down on PDDA, but we also have a question about your profile picture on PDDA.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the story behind that picture?
If I remember right, it's a picture from Norwegian Championships a couple of years back with my favorite leopard shirt on. So when I want to really shred, I put on that leopard shirt. So we might see it this week as well, but we'll see.
We hope so. I'm gonna pass you back to Victor. Thank you.
Yes, and before we finish this interview, gonna give you the chance to give a few shout-outs or tell us how to support you as a disc golf player.
Yeah, I want to, of course, thank my sponsors, Prodigy Disc and Discover Discs, and all the friends and traveling partners I'm with. We are quite few Norwegians here now, and we are really enjoying the capital of Stockholm. So have good friends and good competing at the course in practice round is really good for me.
Big thanks to you, Håkon Kveseth, for coming here, and big good luck for the weekend. Hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the press conference of Järva Open 2023. In front of the camera now we have Nestori Tuhkanen. He is from Mikkeli in Finland. He is rated 1008 right now, and he's sponsored by Latitude 64. Nestori,
yeah,
thank you for coming here and welcome to Sweden and Järva. How do you feel about being here?
It's great to be here. Järva is a great course, so it's nice to play here again.
You say again, so you have been playing here before?
Yeah, last year.
And how did you do then?
Not good. Nothing to say about that.
Forget about that and see if you can do any better this year.
Yeah.
Me and many others, of course, have had our eyes on you for a few years now, and especially after you took down the Finnish juniors title 2021 at Ajanpelto in Espoo.
Yes.
And it feels like you have now really taken the step to be a serious threat in the open division as well. What is it that you have needed to focus on to reach this new level that you have been able to get up to this year?
I have trained a lot on the winter time and maybe focusing a little bit more on the be a professional disc golfer.
And for those who still don't know you as a player, how would you describe yourself? What are your strengths and what are the things that you still need to work more on?
My strength, I think, is putting and approaching, and I need to work more like backhand putter shots and backhand short distance shots. I have great on forehand on the 50 meters shorter, but if I need to throw backhand, it's not that good always. So.
Yeah, good is. I think it's quite good already, but it's nice to hear that you still have things to work on. And being such a young and talented and already successful player, like, what are your long-time goals for your disc golf career?
I want to be a professional and do that my full-time job. That's my dream.
Sounds like a good dream.
Yeah.
This season you have been in contention many times, it feels like, for big titles, and maybe dropped off a little bit.
Yeah.
Day 3, we saw it in Estonia, for example, at the Estonian Open.
Yep.
You played on a very high level and then weren't really able to get it all the way to the finish line. What will you have to do to actually get the win this time here at the Järva Open?
Play 3 solid rounds and play my best game so I can take the win.
Do you feel like that third round in Estonia, for example, was due to nerves or?
No, that not nerves. I was putting bad on that round and the play was falling on the putting, so nothing special, but putting was the third round my weakness.
And if not you, who do you see might be taking down the win on Sunday? We have, for example, 5 really high-rated Americans in the field.
I think Kevin or Isaac, maybe. They're pretty good and placing shots here. You need place drives here and yeah. So I think Kevin and Isaac.
And do you see any other younger, maybe Finnish or European players in your age that we should keep an extra eye on?
I think Christian and Teemu might play good here.
You talk about Christian Kuoksa and Teemu
Teemu
Talikainen.
Yeah,
we're of course aware of what they can do. Teemu Talikainen already won win, and Christian has been in contention many times. Let's head you over to René and see if he has something to ask you.
Yep.
Hello, Nestori.
Hello.
I have a question. I have a few questions on behalf of Frisbee Golf Media, the disc golf outlet in Finland. Yep. You had a great finish at the European Open last weekend. What in your game was working, and do you still have any improvements to make?
In European Open, I was driving good and not doing really big mistakes. I take the one triple bogey, so that was the big mistake in the whole weekend. So I think I throwed in 4 rounds, like 6 or 7 OBs there, so not that much.
That's pretty good for the European Open layout.
Yeah.
Are you planning on going to the US to play the USDGC now that you're qualified?
Yeah, I'm going to play.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to hand you back to Victor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and before we finish this press conference with you, Nestori, I will give you the chance to give a few shout-outs maybe to sponsors, or tell us how we can support your disc golf career.
You can support me, follow my Instagram, Nestori Emil, or yeah, that you can support me. And thank to my sponsors, Latitude 64 and Fripa Store. You are making this possible to play these events, and yeah.
Big thanks, Nestori, for coming here. I wish
you.
you good luck for the weekend, and I hope to see you soon again here in front of the microphone.
Thank you.
Thank you. And welcome back to the press conference here at Järva Open 2023. In front of the camera now we have Luke Humphries. He's from Wichita, Kansas, United States. And he's currently rated 10-16. He is sponsored by Prodigy. Welcome here, Luke.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Is it the first time you're here in Sweden?
It is my first time in Sweden, yeah. I've heard a lot about the disc golf here, and I look forward to getting a little piece of it.
Okay, so I was going to ask you if it's the first time here at Järva Disc Golf Park also, but
it is also, yeah. Many years I've been hearing about Järva. I know it's not the same course that it was when it became #1, but still some beautiful shots out here.
Yeah, how do you feel about the course? You have been able to play a bit already, I guess?
Yeah, there's some amazing tee shots, some great hole locations. I know that it's not the exact course that, like I said, became #1, so there's some holes that are easier than the average Pro Tour hole. So I think that shooting low out here is going to be important, and I know that the Robinson brothers and a bunch of the top Europeans will be doing that.
And we have some Americans here. You mentioned the Robinsons. We have seen Kevin Jones here already. You are 5 Americans in the field. You are right at the top rating-wise. And how big are the chances that we will see the first ever American winner on the European Pro Tour this week?
We've never had an American win a Pro Tour event.
That's right.
European Pro Tour. I think the chances are pretty good this week. Yeah, I've got confidence in my fellow Americans that they're going to come out swinging, birdieing holes, and if it's not me, it'll probably be one of them.
Okay, you don't want to name any names.
Kev's probably looking good. He's won the Estonian Open before. I think that he just comes to play in these tournaments where, I mean, it's not an entire field of killers. There are some really good players in the field, but I think a field like this kind of gives Kevin a little confidence. So I'd look for him to make a good push.
It'll be exciting for sure.
Yeah.
And if not an American, have you seen any player that you think we should keep an extra eye out on for? Or?
Man, the Europeans, I won't even say I'm surprised at this point. This is my 3rd time here, and it's absolutely insane. Each year I come back, how much they've grown, how much they've gotten better. The leaps and bounds that the European disc golf is going through right now is incredible. And I think any European could win it, but I know that Christian Kveseth is probably looking for his first big signature win, and he's knocking at the door, so I might just throw his name out there. One of my new teammates.
Yeah, you have been over here in Europe now for a while.
Yeah, this will be my 4th weekend.
4th weekend, yeah, and you have played 2 events so far. This will be your 3rd.
That's right.
And you played PCS Open and also European Open.
That's correct.
How is your feeling after these 2 events?
They're good. Those 2 courses are completely different. The styles that were called for are completely different. So it felt fresh, it felt new, and I feel like this course here presents an entirely new set of difficulties and challenges that I look to overcome.
So you come here with a good confidence?
I do. I come here with a lot of confidence. I think the forehand plays well out here. There's shots under 300 feet, under 90 meters. Look for those to be knockdown birdies each time with a forehand A3. Thinking of the island hole specifically, it's a shorter hole than we're typically playing in the States, but it feels like you could give one away there on accident. You really got to be specific with that landing zone. Hit it into the hill, get your birdie there.
You're talking about hole 5.
Yes.
We will see what you can do there tomorrow.
Yes.
You have been here for 4 weeks,
yeah.
You said, and have you had time to do anything else than to play disc golf?
Yeah, I've had a bunch of time in Norway. We got to go around and see Ålesund, let's see if I remember all my names, Vestnes, time to mess around, time to eat really good food. I've been gorging myself. I've probably gained some weight, honestly, since I've been in Europe. I've been eating well. It's been nice.
You look like you're quite fit still,
yes,
so
yes.
I'm not worried. I'm going to hand you over to René here.
Okay. Thank you, Victor.
Hello, Luke. I'm asking questions on behalf of Disc Golf Fanatic, a blogger from Estonia.
Okay.
Disc Golf Fanatic has a question about your dog.
Ah.
Probably the most famous pet on tour.
I believe so.
And how is Håkon doing, and where is Håkon right now?
Good question. I've been missing my big guy. He's in Kansas. He's with my parents. He's doing well. I ordered him some more CBD so we can put it on his food. That helps his joints. And he's 11 now, so for a 100-pound dog, I don't know, maybe 40 kilo or 45 kilo. He's a big boy, you know.
Yeah.
He's getting around. He's doing well. Thank you
Well,
for the question. I miss him.
We hope you get to see him soon.
It will be soon.
And
Chris from GK Pro is picking him up, so when I land, he'll be waiting on me.
That's good. That's good to hear. I'm going to pass you back to Victor. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would love to see a video of you meeting him there at the airport.
He's going to freak out. He's
Yeah.
going to be a little mad, though. He puts me in, like, the little... He puts me in timeout for a little while.
Who could blame him?
Yeah.
My last question here before I give you a moment to shout out some sponsors and such. What are your plans and goals for the rest of the season here?
Yeah, to finish out the season strong. We've got some qualifying events, some playoff events coming up. Maple Hill's a big one. D-Glow is also a big one. I've never played that good at those events, so I look to finish the year better than I have before. I've been consistent this year. Maybe not as many bright spots, but definitely consistent. Continue that consistency and then place well at the USDGC, which I qualified for at the PCS 2 weeks ago.
Sounds great. I wish you good luck to all those events. And before we are finishing here, I would like to give you the opportunity to shout out your sponsors and whoever you want to give a shout out to. Maybe tell us how we can support you in the best way.
Okay, yeah. Oh, big thanks to Prodigy Discs, first of all. They're integral in me getting over here into Europe and then continuing to be comfortable in the 3 countries that I've been in. So big thanks to Prodigy Discs, OTB Discs, Tree Love, Big Country Beef Jerky, Daddy Mac Dies. If you guys want to support me, you can check me out on Instagram at lukehumphries.dg or just visit my website, lukehumphries.com. Grab yourself some merch.
And big thanks to you, Luke Humphries, for coming here. And I wish you good luck for Järva Open 2023. Hope to see you soon again.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Renee.
Welcome back. Now we have Tinja Väisänen here in front of the camera and the microphone. Hi, Tinja. Welcome
Hi.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tinja Väisänen, she is from Rauma in Finland. She is currently rated 919 and she is sponsored by Prodigy. How does it feel to be here in Sweden?
It's so great to be here. This is my first time in Järva, so I'm really excited to play here. And it's nice to be in Sweden. I haven't been here since 2018.
Okay, you're waiting a long time for
Yeah.
that. But how does it feel? I guess you have played a little bit already.
Yeah.
Some practice rounds?
Yeah, I have had 3 practice rounds. Yesterday 2 and today 1. And I like the course. I'm feeling good.
Sounds good. How do you feel that it suits your play style?
It's okay. Probably not the best for me, but I can make it good.
Okay. Do I dare to ask in what way you don't feel like it's maybe not suiting you that well?
There is a lot of holes that I could or should birdie, but I haven't got birdies yet. Too many times.
Okay. Well, we're gonna see what happens tomorrow
Yeah.
and the rest of the rounds. Yeah, we're still waiting for you to take that really big win, and it feels like you're getting closer and closer, especially the last events that you have played. You're coming from 2 second place finishes
Yes.
in Oulu on the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour and also in Turku. We finished second 2 weeks ago here at the European Pro Tour. How do you feel about the chances to get that win now this weekend here at Järva?
Well, I really want to win, of course, and I feel like the time is getting closer all the time, like with my mental side. So, yeah, I feel like it's coming.
Okay, interesting to hear. You feel that it's the mental part of the game that is something you need to work on still.
Yes, so I can get the victory someday.
We'll see if you have that in order this weekend.
Yes.
Before this season, you haven't really been playing that much outside of Finland. And yeah, you played in some EPT last year, and this year you have been playing a lot of events in Europe and on the European Pro Tour. What made you take the decision to actually go out and tour a little bit more extensively?
Well, this year I got my first sponsorship, so that helped me a lot. So that is the main reason. I always wanted to compete a lot, but now it is possible.
And what does it mean for a player like you to be able to play disc golf on a professional level in Europe, not needing to travel to US to do so?
Well, of course, it's a big thing for me because I've always wanted to do this, and now this is the first season I can play this much as I can now, and I don't have to go to work between competitions. So, and I think we can see some improvements because like I've been on the podium more this year, and also last year sometimes.
Yeah, one step closer. Let's see if you can take that final step this time. And if not you, who do you see as the favorite to take the win on Sunday?
Well, Rachel have a lot of victories already, and also I think Anneli is pretty hungry for the victory.
You're talking about Rachel Turton and Anneli Togias.
Yes.
For those viewers who don't know who they are, I guess they should know after this season. And looking at the rest of your season after Järva, what is going to happen after that? I guess you're going to play at the Finnish Championships?
Yes, next week.
Is there anything else we should be
Well,
prepared for?
well, Finnish Pro Tour mainly, and maybe some other competitions, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to hand you over to René.
Okay. Hey, Rene.
Hello, Tinja. So I have a question on behalf of the commentary team.
Yes.
Because we know that between the Pro Tour in Oulu and Turku, you had to take a break because you had injured your foot.
Yes.
And I noticed that you're still wearing a bandage on your foot there.
Yes.
But we saw in Turku that you came back pretty strong, taking the second place. Are you going to be even stronger and better now, even though you still seem to be a little bit injured?
Yes, it's getting stronger.
Yeah. And how is your foot doing, by the way? We should ask about that probably.
Well, it's not great, but I can play with it with some painkillers. But yeah, I can play with it.
So we can expect to see a better and stronger Tinja here at Järva.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. We're definitely looking forward to that. I'm going to hand you back to Victor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Speaking about injuries and things like that, we also saw some drama 2 weeks ago in Turku,
Yes.
where I think you put your bag on a bee's nest.
Yes,
Do you
I
want
did.
to tell us a little bit more about that whole incident?
Well, yes, I put my bag on the bee's nest and then got stung by 2 bees, yes. And, well, I'm a little bit allergic to bees and I've been in a hospital before because of bees. So I got a little bit shaky, but I got some meds after that right away. So I was able to play, but my finger was swollen and my leg was also swollen after that. So it little bit gave something spice to the round.
And even more impressive that you finished second place there at Turku, even though you had to battle with those bugs.
Yes.
And have you checked if you have found any bees nests here on the course
I
now?
haven't found any,
Okay.
and I'm pretty glad.
But you have your eyes open.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, thank you, Tina. That was my last question. But before we finish, I would like to give you the opportunity to give a few shout-outs, maybe to sponsors, or tell us how we can support your disc golf career.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I want to give a huge shout out to Prodigy, and hello to everyone who follows me. Yes.
Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, you see, they are out.
Oh my god.
Take care. Be careful. Thank you so much, Tinja, for coming here. I think we should run away while you're still alive here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just
Welcome back to our press conference here at Järva Open 2023. We have Rachel Turton with us, familiar face here on the European Pro Tour and on Disc Golf Stream. Rachel is from St Andrews, United Kingdom. She is currently rated 941 and she is sponsored by Prodigy. Welcome here, Rachel.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here. I love Sweden and I'm excited to be competing back here.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, is it the first time you're here in Sweden?
No, I was in Skellefteå up in the north of Sweden a couple of weeks ago, and my brother lives in Sweden as well, so yeah, it's a country that I always really like coming back to.
How about the course then, Järva? Have you been here before? Is it the first time you're playing this course?
No, first time to Järva, and yeah, I've heard a lot of very good things about it, and the course has definitely lived up to my expectations so far. I think it suits my game quite well, some quite long shots and not too many woods, so yeah, I'm really excited for the weekend.
That's good, because you have been playing very solid this year, and especially on the European Pro Tour. You finished first both at Tyni and Turku. So it might be a turkey of wins then if you take down this title.
I'll do my best, and yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess.
No, but could you ever expect this kind of success before this season started?
No, you know, it's better than I've ever hoped to do, I guess, really. You know, you always try and just prepare to play the best that you can, and for me, like, if I'm playing as well as I can, then I'm happy, and maybe the results don't matter quite as much as that. Obviously, it's incredible to take the wins, and yeah, it would be fantastic to be able to get another one here, but I will just play as well as I can and just see what happens.
What is it in your game that has been working well now, when you have actually been able to get so many wins already this season?
I think my driving is like my strongest point in my game, probably. I can drive far and mostly accurately, and I think that helps me to maybe convert on quite a lot of birdie opportunities. The things that I still like to improve are my upshots and my putting, but you know, I'm practicing every week, and every weekend it's getting better, so that's the aim.
You see some improvement to be made. Yeah, you of course have these 2 wins at the EPT. You have played well in many other events as well. And then we saw maybe a little bit of struggle at the European Open.
Yeah, I was terrible
yeah.
for pretty much 4 rounds in a row, and that's not something I've really like had to experience before. So like mentally, that was quite difficult for me. But I guess like every challenge that you have prepares you and helps you to become a better player. So I am grateful for the tough results, and it has pushed me on to keep trying to get better and do as well as I can.
And what do you feel there? What was it that did not work at the European Open?
I mean, the Beast is known to be a hard course, right? It has a lot of OB, and I think I
Yeah.
found that quite a lot. Hole 16 in my first round, I took a 10, and you know, that's the highest score I've ever taken on a hole in a tournament, I think. So yeah, going from there, maybe there was no coming back from that. But yeah, I think my mental game is definitely a bit better now than it was last weekend. So I'll build on that.
Yeah, you have been able to forget about that, and you're coming here with confidence still. That's good to hear. You have been touring this year in a van. I was talking with you a few weeks ago at Tyni, and then you were quite excited about the van. Do you still feel the same, even after some more weeks in there?
Yeah, absolutely. I've absolutely loved my time in the van, and you know, getting to tour all around Europe. I think that's just such a super cool thing to be able to do with your summer, and I'm really grateful to Prodigy for all the support for it, and my brother for lending me the van. I've had the best time, and I'd really love to do it again.
So you will be in the van for a few more weeks, or well, where will we see you for the rest of the season after this event?
After this tournament, I will go home, maybe for 2 weeks, and then I would like to play Olympic and European Championships, and then I'd like to go back out to the US to play Pro Worlds, and hopefully finish my season in sunny Spain for the EPT All Stars and the Euro Champs.
Yeah, you have a title to defend there in Spain also, so. Well,
and the Mijas course was so much fun, and it's nice to be in Spain in the winter, so yeah, that's the plan.
Sounds amazing, and I hope to see you a lot this week. And also, I'm going to hand you to René for a few questions now.
Thank you.
Hello, Rachel.
Hi.
I'm asking some questions first on behalf of Disc Golf Fanatic, the disc golf blogger from Estonia. According to UDIS stats, your driving off the tee percentages are top-notch. But you seem to be struggling a bit on the putting green. Is that something you're worried about, and are you working on becoming better at this?
It's not something I'm really worried about. You know, I think I can only control the things that I can control, and I don't think that there's much point in stressing about it and worrying about it too much. Yeah, I know that it's a part of my game that I would like to work on, and I'm definitely doing that, yeah.
And Frisbee Golf Media, the disc golf outlet from Finland, ask, you've had a great season so far, being the third in the European Pro Tour points standings at the moment. and second in the Euro Tour points. What do you feel has improved most in your game over the past?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, probably my mental game, and I think that, you know, the struggles that I have had have pushed me on, and every weekend I've just tried to just go out and be the best version of myself that I can be, and yeah, I think that's been really important to me.
And a question from the commentary team. In your opinion, what does the European Pro Tour do well, and how could it improve the players' experience in the future?
Honestly, it's so professional and just absolutely fantastic every week to come here and, you know, be on a press conference like this, and you're pushing all the media to so many different places, and people from all around the world are seeing it and thinking, Europe is really growing, this is really cool, there's some great players, we'd love to watch that. And yeah, I think it's doing a lot to grow the sport, and I'm really happy to be a part of the European Pro Tour. Maybe things that we can do better, I don't know. I'd love to see more women compete, but I think that, you know, putting out so much media, so much FBO coverage, I think that's really good, and I hope that more women will see it and think, yeah, I could do that, I could be on that level as well. So I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you, and thank you for being part of this. I'm going to hand you back to Victor for some final comments here.
Yeah, a few small questions still. You are the highest rated player in the FBO field this weekend, and does that make you feel like you're the favorite?
I don't know. I don't really think the rating is everything, and I don't really feel like it's necessarily like super important to be the best rated player. I think that anybody in this tournament could play really well, and anybody could play badly. So I think it's all just down to how well you play across the 3 rounds on the weekend. So I'll just do my best, and it's cool to know that people think that I'm a favorite, but I'll just play my best and see what happens.
Thank you for that, and I'm gonna give you a chance to shout out your sponsors, or maybe tell us how we can support you in the future.
Yeah, of course. I really want to thank Prodigy for all the support and everything that they do for me. Ace Disc Golf, who are a small retailer in the UK, and just everyone who's, you know, commenting, sharing, liking things on the internet. It's really cool to have so many fans, and, you know, people coming to ask for signatures and photographs. You know, I think that's just absolutely awesome that people want to support the FPO division. You can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Facebook, and I will have some signature discs coming out soon.
Okay, that's nice to hear. Big thanks to you, Rachel, for coming here, and good luck for the weekend.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Welcome back to the press conference here at Järva Open 2023. With us now we have Katka Bodova. She is from Bratislava, Slovakia. She is currently rated 908.
Hello everybody. Nice
welcome
to be
here. I was just about to say. Yeah, welcome Katka, and nice to have you here. How are you?
A bit jet lagged, but other than that, pretty good.
I'm gonna come to that. I think I know why you might be jet lagged. Yeah, you're playing in Sweden this weekend. You have been playing a lot over the whole world this year, but is it the first time you're in Sweden?
It's my second time. I played in Järva, this golf center, which was great, and I always wanted to come here, and this is the first time I'm here at this course.
And you have played a few practice rounds, I can assume, or did you just... yeah, you have?
I already know the course. Tomorrow the competition starts.
Yeah, of course. And how do you feel about the course? How does it look, and how does it suit your game?
I like most of it. There are some nice chances on the course on some of the holes, but I think it's gonna be for the FPO field. I think it's gonna be also about not losing strokes, not only about birdieing holes.
And for those viewers who don't know that much about you, could you maybe tell us a little bit about how you got into the sport of disc golf, and also maybe a little bit about what kind of player you are, what we can expect to see from you this weekend?
Well, I've been playing for almost 10 years, I would say, but before I was an ultimate player, and that was back then, that was my primary sport. I spent a lot of time playing in Europe and the US. Then I started playing disc golf, and I'm a lefty player. Maybe some people don't know that. And my strengths are in my short game, in approach, which I've been working on, but we'll see how it turns out on this weekend.
Interesting to hear. You're a lefty player, and I met another guy on the course when I had my practice round out here. He said that he doesn't feel that the course really suits for a lefty. Is that something you can agree on or disagree with?
I don't like to think about these things before the tournament or during the tournament. What I say is that all the holes are lefty. I mean, they give you different lines maybe, but you can. It's about you to change your strategy depending on the hole. I very often hear during the round when there is a single lefty hole that lefty hole, and then you don't hear anything for the rest of the round. I think it's best to focus on your game, your strategy. At the end, I'm playing against myself, not against other players.
You against the course. And yeah, you have played a lot of courses this year, and during your career you have played all over the world. You have played events in Europe, in Thailand, in USA this year. Could you ever imagine being brought to all those places when you started your disc golf career?
Not really. I couldn't imagine myself being a professional disc golfer in a way, because I was so into ultimate back then. But to be honest, I played ultimate in many different parts of the world. So I think this is a natural extension, and I like visiting other places and meeting other people. So I'm really grateful for having the opportunity to actually travel to places and meet other people in the sport.
What kind of skills, as a former ultimate player, have you been able to bring in, and you feel that you maybe have a little bit of an edge compared to your opponents?
I definitely brought an air bounce throw, but it's not my advantage for sure. But the short game is something which I used to be very strong at. Maybe for the past 2 years, it's been a bit weaker. I had a little break because I had a baby, so I had to build my skills from the scratch basically. But now things are coming back, and I'm trying to be more consistent than 1 year ago, let's say.
You did show some great consistency over in US this year. I want to say congratulations to your 4th place at the Masters. Sixth place, sorry. Still a good finish in the FP40 division. And could you tell us a little bit about that event?
It was a great event. However, I must say that it was a very different conditions. It was in high altitude, over 2 kilometers in altitude, so discs fly differently. I didn't experience that before, and I have to get used to just the normal way of playing for now. I think that's probably the biggest struggle that I'm going to have for the next couple of days.
Okay, but it's still a great performance and nice to hear that you had a good time there. I'm going to hand you over to René.
Hello, Katka.
Hello.
I have a few questions on behalf of the commentary team. How has disc golf evolved during your playing career? How, in your words, how has like the sport of disc golf?
It has evolved tremendously. So first time I traveled to US was in 2016, I believe, and I was at the World Championships. I was on the second card. I finished 5th, but there was no media for the involved outside of the top group. Right now we have the privilege of playing in Europe, and my parents can watch. It's just completely different. So there's a way more media coverage, way more money in the sport, and for those players who actually live off disc golf, it's very, very important. And there is a huge fan base, which is also super important.
Yeah. And what are your dreams for the future of the sports? How do you see the future of disc golf?
Oh, for the general future of disc golf, not mine.
Well, you can talk about your own future as well, of course, but
I'm just happy I can watch what's happening worldwide from my living room. That's just what suits me. It's great. I think having that more. It doesn't have to be on TV or anything like that. I don't need that kind of stuff. But it's great to follow the action like any other sport. And it would be great if disc golf just came into the structures of the funding structures of individual countries.
Well, thank you. I'm going to hand you back to Victor.
And I'm going to ask you, do you think you have a chance to reach the top of the podium on Sunday?
I'm not thinking about it. Maybe if I play well, I do. If I don't play well, I don't. I can also finish last if I play horribly. That's very unlikely to happen, but anything can happen. So I'm gonna rely on my consistency, and hopefully it's gonna be fun. That's what I'm relying on mostly.
Sounds like a great plan. Before we're finished here, I would like to give you the opportunity to give a few shout-outs, maybe to sponsors or family, or maybe tell us how we can support you on your disc golf journey.
Thank you. So for the past 2 years, I've been part of the national funding scheme, which funds the best athletes in the country, which is tremendous, and I'm super grateful for that. So that allows me to travel to all those countries and prepare. I'm also sponsored by a physiotherapy clinic, Vital Clinic in Slovakia, with whom I'm working on a weekly basis. But the greatest support team is my family, and that's the only reason why I can actually play, because they are doing everything they can so that I can play.
Big thanks to you, Katka, Bodova, for coming here, and I wish you good luck for the event here at Järva Open, and hope to see you soon again.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Albert Tam. On 16th of August, we're going to have European Championships here in Tallinn. If you're not going to make it here in person, stay tuned via Disc Golf Stream for the live broadcast.
European Disc Golf Championships 2023. The most important disc golf event of the year is taking place in Estonia in the Tallinn Song Festival grounds from the 16th to the 20th of August. Get your tickets from eurodiscgolf.eu, our sponsors helping to fly the discs.